Welcome to this edition of On the Scene. I'm your host, Tim Kelly. Today we're coming to you from Morgan Memorial Library, where of course we all know you can check out a physical book, but now we're going to talk to you about how you can check out eBooks, a new system coming to the Suffolk Public Library System where you could take advantage of that to really tote your book around with you on your mobile device or just simply look at it on your PC. We'll highlight that in addition to a very special event involving Star Wars coming to the North Suffolk Library. Stay tuned. Welcome back to On the Scene. We're now coming to you from Morgan Memorial Library. We're joined by Kristen Marshall and Melinda Brown to talk about a new item coming to the Suffolk Public Libraries, and that's eBooks. So the first question is, what is an eBook?
An ebook is just an electronic version of the print books. On most devices, you even mimic the turning of the page on your device. So it's really just a digital version. And most books with illustrations, color pictures, if your device supports that, you'll have the same color pictures and the same illustrations, maps, all of that will be present right there on the ebook that you've downloaded.
Very nice. And of course, I guess then we'll have the traditional books. We have, of course, the audio books, and now we're adding the ebook component.
Yes.
Now, when is this service going to launch?
The service is going to be launched on Monday, May 21st.
Okay. And if I'm someone that, okay, great, I've already got my device, I've already, possibly worked with eBooks and some other services and things, how does that work with Suffolk Public Libraries? How are we going to tap into that resource?
The Suffolk Library has a special website that has all of our ebooks on it, and you will check out your books from there. Now, we aren't compatible with all devices. The devices that our books are compatible with include iPads, iPod Touches, 3rd generation and newer, iPhones, and Android devices, as well as Windows computers. The devices we are not compatible with are Sony Nooks, any of the Amazon Kindles except for the Amazon Kindle Fire, and Macintosh computers.
And the rule of thumb with that is, again, if your device supports apps, then you're going to be okay, correct?
Probably, yes.
Okay, all right. Now, again, to download an ebook is just like checking out a book here in the sense that there's no cost, except that, again, you have a limited period of time by which you would have to, quote-unquote, return the book, or in this case, your license that you're getting for the book would not be valid. So how does that work? What is the time frames we're talking about with the ebooks?
Ebooks, you'll be able to choose a checkout period from between 2 days and 14 days. And you'll also be able to have 2 ebooks at a time.
Okay. Now, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say that you don't have to return the ebook.
Correct.
It takes itself off.
Okay.
The other part of that is you can't return it early.
Okay. So it's there for that period of time by which you checked it out, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, is there a way to renew a book online to do that, or is it pretty much when that's up, you would need to go on and then download it again, or work through the process?
You would need to go and check it out a second time.
Sorry. Okay. Now, we talked about the loan period. Now, how does someone do this? Again, you're sitting at home, you have your mobile device or the device that will support this. How do you go about doing that? You mentioned that the website you go to, you need to set up an account, that's correct?
Yes.
Right.
Well, you will need your library card and your PIN number, and then you'll have to set up an account with Blio, which is the app that actually reads the program.
Okay.
And then once you do that and you put in your information, your book is checked out and it goes to the cloud, where you can download it to 5 different compatible devices.
Okay. So again, you can use it in multiple areas in case you want to kind of bring it with you, so to speak,
Yes.
right? Now, how many titles are going to be available on launch day?
We have approximately 1,700 titles right now.
Now, as far as, and what are the ranges there? Is they heavier in one section versus another, or how is that kind of spread out? Or
the majority of our titles are adult fiction, though we do have a fairly large number of juvenile fiction, as well as some adult nonfiction and juvenile nonfiction, as well as some teen titles.
And again, those titles, that 1,700 number, I'm assuming over time will continue to grow?
Yes.
Now, these include some books that I know might be new releases and things that come out pretty early here, or how does that work? Is it typically older titles, or do you know how that's broken up?
We've got a bit of a mix, but I'm not sure just how it's divided.
Okay. Now, if I'm, again, have my device and I run into any problems as far as with the download or just have questions about this, certainly they can reach out to their local libraries, and those would be, we'll cover where those locations are, just in case someone watching doesn't know where your public library is.
Well, the Morgan Library is located at 443 West Washington Street, and our phone number is 514-7323.
And the North Suffolk Library is at 2000 Bennett's Creek Park Road.
Okay.
and our number there is 514-7150.
And of course, staff at both locations will have some basic information, and there's also going to be some information on the web, correct?
Yes. We will have some documentation on the web that you can look at or download to help you with downloading ebooks to your devices.
Okay. And again, if you would have any questions beyond some of the basic things, of course, the provider for the app actually has a support website that you can go to and possibly get some questions answered from the information there, or there might even be a forum or something there that you can post questions to.
Yes.
Is that correct?
The website for that is support.blio.com.
Okay. Now, obviously, the two of you are probably pretty experienced with using the ebook setup here we're going to be talking about. It's pretty easy to use. I mean, what's your opinions on that?
I think it's very simple to use.
Okay.
Especially if you've used ebooks before,
Right.
and you understand the transfer process. It'll be fairly easy, and once you learn it, it's not hard at all.
Good deal.
People don't need to be intimidated by it.
Right.
We can do it.
So in a sense, it's almost as easy as coming in and checking out a hardcover or a physical book, so to speak, in
Exactly.
that sense, right?
Exactly.
And again, you need to have a valid library card. Is that
Yes.
correct, with the city? And of course, I know that you can go online, for example, right now with your library card and login information and reserve books
Yes.
as far as to come in and get them. Is that process connected at all with the ebooks, or is that really pretty much separate since you're going through a vendor for that aspect?
It is actually through a separate site.
It is, okay.
Though you can search for our ebooks through our catalog.
Right.
And in the catalog record, there is a link that will take you to the site and the record on that site.
Okay,
So
so
you
there
can
is a
just download
notation
it
there,
from
so if
there.
you're searching for something, be it by subject, author, or whatever, it'll note that it is available in ebook format, correct?
Yes.
Okay, good deal.
And if the book itself that you want is not available, the ebook,
Uh-huh.
you can put the ebook on hold,
Okay,
and you'll get a notification when it's available.
okay.
And then you can go in and check it out.
Now, is there a limit, and you just said something that keyed a question, is there a limit on the amount, say for example, one popular title, there's a limit on the amount of people that can have that checked out, so to speak, at one particular time?
One person at a time, as if
Okay.
it were a physical book.
As a physical book, okay, okay, good deal. Now, we're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we're going to transition to another area and go through a demonstration with a couple of different devices and just show you really how easy it is to use the new ebook system available through Suffolk Public Libraries. Stay tuned. Welcome back to On the Scene. We're now going to take you through how to get your account set up and how easy it is to use ebooks. And Kristen, you're going to pick it up from there and take us.
Yes.
It's your show now.
All right. Well, on our webpage, there is going to be a link that'll take you right to our ebook wall. And when you get onto it, this is what you're going to see. The front page here are the 36 most popular titles. You can also browse by subject, or you can choose just fiction, nonfiction, or children and teens.
Okay.
Okay. So you can also browse by subject. So let's take a look at our cooking books. And, okay, 1,000 Ideas for Decorating Cupcakes, Cookies, and Cakes. Well, this book sounds interesting. If I add it to the checkout list, I will be able to choose the checkout period between 2 days and 14 days. If I do checkout now, it will check out the book for the default period of 7 days. Or if I decide that I want to just maybe think about adding this one to my checkout list some other time, I can add it to a wish list so I can take a look at it later. So I'll go ahead and add it to the checkout list. And it will remain there for 15 minutes before it's returned to the library's collection, so somebody can't check it out from underneath me. So I go, okay.
And I noticed also on the screen it says that 1 copy is available. We noted that there was
Yes.
1 copy per, again, just like a physical book. Again, so you know right away, is it available right now in case you want to go ahead and get it now.
Yes.
So
if I'm ready to check out my book, I can just go up here to my checkout list, and I can adjust the checkout period here.
Okay.
So I'll check this one out for 2 days. And when I'm ready to check it out, I just go ahead and click on Confirm Checkout. And it will ask for my library card. And the PIN number. And then it will ask for your Blio login. Well, we don't have a Blio account for this one yet, so we can go ahead and create a new Blio account.
So pretty much, again, as you're doing this, it's really prompting you through what you need to do just to get this. So it's just like setting up, I assume, any online account that you would need to do?
Yes.
Okay. Valid email address, password, typical information on that.
Yeah, and your password can be whatever you want it to be.
Of course. Okay.
And if you don't already have the Blio app and you're using a Windows machine, you can click on this link and it'll take you to the site to get
Got it. Okay.
So we'll go ahead and create that. Okay, registration successful.
All right.
And then our information's in there.
Correct.
So go ahead and log in again. And you successfully checked it out. Please open your Blio application and read the book.
Okay. So again, you have the if you will, I'll call it the web interface as far as to do the checkout thing. But can you also check it out through your mobile device or the device itself, or does it have to be done through a?
It has to be done through this site.
Okay, got it. Okay, so you go through the site to get the checkout, but then you
Yes.
have your device that you can actually access the information.
So on a Windows computer, this is what it's going to look like. So you would sign in with your account. And after a few moments, the book that we just checked out will appear. And if we click on it, we'll download the book.
And of course, it also notates how many days you have left, so that
Yes.
if you're looking at that as well. So
your books that have a green ribbon across the top are
Correct.
your library books.
got it. And it looks like they also have a few sample books that you could test as far as, I guess, if you're new to the site, just to see kind of what you're looking at there. So.
Yeah. So it's downloaded. If I click on it again, the first time you log onto a computer, it will individualize the computer.
Okay.
It marks it as one of your devices.
Got it.
So
And again, you're allowed up to 5 with the particular item. Is that
Yes.
correct? Okay.
and the first time you go into a book, it'll give you a little tour of how the book works.
Right. Got it.
And then we've got arrows on either side, so we can advance the book. So it looks exactly the same
Correct.
as a physical book would look.
Got it. I know
You
there's been
can-
some debate about people, I want to have the book and, the smell of it, the feel of it with
Yeah.
turning the pages, but again, we're moving to a different age now, so.
Yeah, this can be a lot more convenient.
Sure, sure.
And you can browse. You can click on different bookmarks
Got
that
it.
are already within the book.
Got it.
You can also add notes. You can highlight information, and you can choose favorite pages, or you can search the book for text.
Very nice.
And you can change different parts of the layout. I can change the transitions. I can also some books will allow you to change the coloration of the page
Okay.
or the size of the text as
Okay.
well.
All right.
And then you can just close the book, and it adds a bookmark, so the next time I open that
You
book,
go right back to where.
it'll go right back
Perfect.
to where it was.
Perfect.
Now, when a book is done, this green ribbon will say expired.
Okay.
And then if you click on info, if you click on the small trash can,
Mm-hmm.
it'll remove it from your Blio library.
Okay.
And then, since there's time left in this, I could download it again.
Exactly. Exactly. Very nice. Well, that was pretty simple. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that. Again, you walked straight through it. Again, you pulled it up, and of course that's in a PC app or a PC application on that one. Now again, we have some other devices we're going to talk about now, and again, you have the iPad, correct?
Yes.
You can take us through that one just to show us again on that device. Again, just showing the versatility of what you can do here.
So you can get the app for free from the iTunes store.
Mm-hmm.
So if you open your Blio application and you've downloaded books, they'll appear right here. If you go into Get Books, if you've got other books that you can download, they'll be in here. Books that are expired will also continue to show up here, but it'll just say 0 days left.
Okay.
And you would just touch a book to open it and flip through the way you would any other ebook.
Pretty simple.
Yeah.
Pretty simple. Now, Melinda, you're going to talk to us about some Android devices. Is that correct?
Right. This is an Android device, and Android calls their app store the Play Store. So if I selected that, and then I go to Apps, and it's pulling up all of its apps.
Sure.
And instead of paging through millions of them, I'm just going to go up here and type in BLIO. And it's processing it. This is the one we'll want right here. This is Blio eBooks.
Okay.
And I've already got it downloaded on my computer, so
Okay.
on this device, so
Sure.
I can open it.
Mm-hmm.
But it would just ask you to install.
Right.
I'm going to open it since I already have it. And this is what my library looks like on an Android. Now these might be hard to say, but see that it says rental expired.
Right.
This one is a sample.
Okay.
So I'm just going to click it once, and it opens itself up.
Got it.
And this one, like I was saying before, you can just turn the pages.
Right.
If I want to take notes or do something like that,
Correct.
I can click down here on the little grid.
Correct.
And it allows me to put in bookmarks. I
Right.
can search for text. Some books have a voice, and you can elect to have it read to you.
Okay.
I'm not going to, this book doesn't have it in it.
Got it. Got it.
You can, the chapters are hyperlinked too, so
Mhm.
I can click on that, and if I owned this book or if I had rented it,
Right.
it would take me to that chapter.
Gotcha.
You can make notes.
Mm-hmm.
You can look at the different parts of the content. I can look at the dedication page,
Sure.
whatever I want to
Sure.
look at.
Gotcha.
Now if I go back to my browser,
Mm-hmm.
after I've installed that, I can go to my browser and I
We're
put
looking
in,
at the same page that we had seen
the same
earlier on the
page we've
PC
seen
setup,
there.
right? Okay.
if I turn it this way, it'll show up a little bit bigger.
Gotcha.
And I could check out any book that I wanted.
Through the
from
same
here.
process that we saw before, as far as with the options, as far as, you know, to put it on your wish list or check it out now or whatever. And
Right.
also you can delineate the amount of time you want to check it out, that whole thing. So really just the same interface, if you will, correct?
Yeah, I would
Okay.
just log in
Mm-hmm.
and search any way I wanted to.
Sure.
You can look at books that have recently been returned.
Right.
You can put books on hold.
Okay.
If you want to go to the children's books. Some of the children's books have the audio,
Okay.
and it will read, the kids like it because it reads the book to them.
Correct.
And
And again, when we're talking about that, I think we mentioned earlier, there's about close to 1,700 titles, as far as in the library, so to speak, that we can check out, will be available as of the 21st of May,
Yes.
correct? And again, what we're looking at is you need a current, valid, obviously Suffolk Public Library System membership card.
Yes.
If you've got that, then you can get the app for free, and then from that, you're up and running, correct?
yes,
Yes.
you can even do it on a Droid. You can do it on the iTouch. You can also do it on the Droid phone.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's the Play Store.
Right.
And then Blio eBooks, it's tiny little text there.
Right.
But then I would just download it and set up my account.
Correct.
And if you wanted to, you could read on your phone. Take
Okay.
it with you.
Very nice. Well, again, there's a lot of versatility here as far as with the type of devices. Obviously, there's a lot of them out there that we can get to. The nice thing is, again, you can go to the Suffolk Public Library System website, kind of get started there. Again, and there'll also be some information posted there as well, some basics as far as what the system is and what you can do. Is that correct as well?
Yes.
Okay. Now, again, you can have 2 books checked out at one time, correct? And you can, and again, the duration, you can go from 2 days up to 14 days. And again, when that period expires, whether it's 2 days, 3 days, whatever the period that you've picked, what'll just happen at that point in time is basically the license will just be up. You would have to re-download the book, assuming that it's available to be checked out, correct?
Yes. Right.
Okay. Now, again, if somebody's watching the segment and they have some questions or perhaps want more information, we already referenced the website, and we'll be sure to have that URL on the screen. But what are some good contact numbers as far as for the library facilities? Because, again, whether you're talking about ebooks or you're talking about anything to do with Suffolk Public Libraries, we always want to give that information out so people can get the contact. So let's start with Morgan.
The number for the Morgan Library is 514-7323.
And North Suffolk?
North Suffolk is 514-7150.
And we also have a facility in Chuckatuck?
Yes, and their number is 514-7310.
Okay, good deal. Well, thank you both for being with us today to explain again what ebooks are all about, to take us through a great demonstration, show how quite easy it is to access this. Again, we're not going to give you the mobile device, but we're going to give you the access to get it assuming you have one. So again, a new area, a new facet being added to the Suffolk Public Library System, a great thing, and again, another way to utilize this great resource that we have here in the city of Suffolk. We're joined now with Sarah Newton to talk about a very unique event coming to the Suffolk Public Library, specifically the North Suffolk Library, and it all involves Star Wars. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that event?
We are hosting our very first Star Wars party.
Okay.
It is technically Star Wars Day, but a day late.
Right.
It's celebrating the physical day release of the 4th movie, A New Hope, which is actually the first movie. But we are doing all things Star Wars.
Okay.
We've got major costumes coming. We've got food like Wookiee cookies and Yoda soda, Death Star donuts, all sorts of stuff like that. We are doing lots of photo opportunities with big giant Star Wars cutouts.
Okay.
So you can come and pick out your favorite character
Right.
and take great pictures. We're doing Stormtrooper bowling.
Okay.
Red light, green light with Yoda and Vader
Okay.
to see who wins and who defeats the evil one. We're doing Save Princess Leia, which is a balloon game, which will be really loud and crazy, which you don't get to do very often at the library.
True,
So
very true.
Lots of very fun things. And we'll do a couple other things like take-home crafts. We're doing finger puppets of Yoda. All sorts of stuff. It's for all ages. It's going to be very exciting. We've had lots of people ask us about it, talk
Correct.
about it.
Well, again, we have a nice little poster right behind us.
We do.
And of course, the date's May 26th at 10 o'clock in the mornings when it starts. How long is it going to run to? What's the period of time?
We're hoping at least an hour, but it could go
Okay.
longer if people are having such a great time.
Got it. And again, I'm assuming this is open to kids of all ages, so to speak?
It's open for anybody.
Okay,
Of all ages. We've
okay.
got dads bringing kids. We've got adults coming in costume.
Sure.
Teenagers are coming. Everybody's welcome.
Good deal. Now, again, where did the idea for this come from? I know, obviously, we tied it into the Star Wars Day, but again, also as well, I mean, did it just, I understand you had a cutout or something and kind of spawned from that. Is that correct?
We currently have a cutout of C-3PO and R2-D2.
Right.
And he's a little beat up because we've got lots of kids who see him scream and
Sure.
then run over and hug him.
Correct.
So all kids seem to love Star Wars. We have lots of Star Wars books. They're never at the library. They're always checked out.
Right.
So we decided that to celebrate the end of our storytime session, we should do something big.
Kind of build off of that. Great. And again, the date is
May 26th, 10 o'clock.
at the North Suffolk Library, correct?
Yep,
Good
right
deal.
in the lobby. You'll see us. We'll be dressed in costume.
Can't miss it, right?
Exactly.
Good deal. Thanks, Sarah, for being with us today.
Very welcome. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks for watching this edition of On the Scene. We'll see you next time.